अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुर्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामीति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So today we are reading from Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 12, verse number 5. Translation. For those whose minds are attached to the unmanifested, impersonal feature of the Supreme, advancement is very troublesome. To make progress in that discipline is always difficult for those who are embodied. Hare Krishna. So, in the beginning of chapter 12 of Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna asked a very important question. He asked Krishna's opinion that whom he considered more perfect, whom he considers better, one who worships the absolute truth as Sabut, with form, with qualities, and another who worships the absolute truth as Nirgun, without form, without qualities, unmanifested, impersonal. So there are always these kind of practitioners. One who says Krishna, absolute truth is everywhere, and one who says he is everywhere as well as present in his own abode, having a beautiful spiritual form. So Arjuna is a devotee. He worships Krishna in Sagur, this beautiful form. So Arjuna wants to know whether he is fine, he is doing good, or he should change. Krishna has already explained in the previous chapter how he is everywhere. He is present even in an atom. And we discussed that absolute truth can be understood in three features: all-pervading, eternal, unmanifested Brahma, localized, present in our heart as Paramatma, Super Soul, and Bhagavan Shri Krishna having a beautiful Sundar form, staying in the spiritual world. These are not three different entities. One absolute truth, based on the practitioner, based on the seer, based on the person who is experiencing and observing, he can have these three different categories of experience. So Krishna replied very clearly his opinion that according to him the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sagun worship, Bhakti done with faith is considered better. Krishna also says those who worship the impersonal Brahman, Nirgun, while being well-wisher of all the living entities, while doing welfare for everybody, while considering everybody as their friend, also achieve him, but with great difficulty. The path of impersonalist is very troublesome. Why it is troublesome, Krishna is explaining in this verse. We should know that based on the senses we have, we access objects which contain the respective sense objects. We access matter which contains respective sense object, which contains respective elements. For example, there are 5 elements: earth, water, fire, air, ether. Ether can be accessed only through sound. Air can be accessed through sound, which means ears, and through touch, which means skin. Fire can be accessed through sound, which is ears, touch, which is skin, and form, which is eyes, through eyes. Water can be accessed through eyes, ears, skin, and taste, tongue. And earth can be accessed through all the 5 senses: eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin. In other words, if an object contains earth element, then we can access that object through our 5 senses. Like this table or this mic stand. This stand has all the 5 elements: earth, water, fire, air, ether. So this stand's presence can be known to us through all the 5 senses. Through eyes, can we see the stand? Yes. Through ears, will the stand make noise? Yes. Through skin, can we touch and know the presence of the stand? Yes. Through nose, can we smell? Yes. We may not be sensitive, but there is metal ka smell, steel ka smell. And through tongue, through taste. So this stand can be accessed through all the 5 senses because it contains earth, water, fire, air. Fire, the flame, can be accessed through all the 5 senses? No. By which sense it can be accessed? Eyes? Yes. If it can be accessed through eyes, that means it has fire. Fire has fire, obviously. Then, skin, touch, we can know fire exists. Yes. So that means it contains air. Sound, when fire burns something, there is a sound. So that means it contains ether. Can fire be accessed by smell? No. Doesn't contain earth. And can fire be accessed by taste? No. It doesn't contain water. Air, it can be accessed through only ears and skin. So any object, if we want to access through our one of the 5 senses, it should contain either ether, or it should contain air, or it should contain fire, or it should contain water, or it should contain earth. Okay? Clear? Now we'll go next step. If there is an object which doesn't contain these 5 elements, which doesn't contain these 5 elements, we can't perceive it through our 5 senses. Does such an object exist? Example? Mind, time, soul, intellect, false ego, soul, and super soul, and anger, desire, lust, greed, envy, kindness. Right? What are mobile signals? What are mobile signals? Difficult, right? So homework. Difficult things homework. My mathematics teacher taught this. What about password, email, Gmail password? Can that be accessed through 5 senses? Is there in the system somewhere, server? So mind, thoughts, desires, anger, do they exist? Yes. But we can't access through eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin. That means they don't contain earth, water, fire, air, ether. But they exist. So that which exists but cannot be accessed through our senses is very difficult to understand. The senses are knowledge acquiring senses, information gathering senses, Jnanendriya. But if something is beyond the 5 senses, it is not easy to understand. Like in mathematics they talk about 10-dimensional space, 12-dimensional space, 50-dimensional space, n-dimensional space. Who understands this? Can't even visualize. If it is n or n plus 1 dimension, doesn't matter. I mean, it difference only for us. We just keep saying. So that which is beyond the 5 senses cannot be perceived, so cannot be easily understood by us. So if you are told to understand these things, whole day just sit and understand what is thought, what is anger, what is desire, what is mind. Whole day don't use your senses, shut them. Only concentrate on these things which are not accessible through our senses. How will be life? You getting me? How will be your life? Come on. Troublesome, that's the word Krishna uses. Klesh means troublesome. So that objects which are not accessible to our senses, if we keep dwelling on understanding them and neglect objects which come in contact with our senses, our life will be troublesome. So Nirgun, unmanifested, impersonal, eternal, all-pervading Brahm cannot be accessed through 5 senses. Cannot be seen, cannot be tasted, cannot be smelled, cannot be touched, cannot be heard, cannot be thought about, cannot be conceived, cannot be conceptualized, cannot be perceived. Impersonal Brahman. And you worship. What will you do all day? So Jnani is those who are on Jnana path, what they are advised to do is anything which is perceived through their senses, Vairagya, neglected. That is sense object. That sense gratification, rejected. Thought, rejected. Desire, rejected. Feelings, rejected. Pizza, rejected. Phone, rejected. Everything you reject. Neti, no. The only positive you accept is Brahm. which cannot be seen, which cannot be touched, which cannot be tasted, which cannot be smelled, which cannot be heard, which cannot be thought, which cannot be perceived, which cannot be conceptualized, which cannot be understood. Only Brahm. Meditate on Brahm. Which cannot be understood through any language, and you learn it from Upanishads. So that life is very troublesome, very difficult. For a modern man, impossible. It is not impossible as a process. Process is bona fide as per Shastra. Impersonalism. But as far as general masses are concerned, what they will do? What will? Whatever you see, illusion, reject it. Whatever you hear, reject it. Whatever you eat, don't do that. Touch, don't think of material concepts. So what will you do? Just learn Upanishads. Just keep on chanting Tattvamasi, Tattvamasi, Tattvamasi. How many of you think 16 rounds of Tattvamasi daily you will be able to do? Just do it 108 times a day. You can't get even good sleep. So that's troublesome. So Krishna says, he doesn't encourage Arjuna doing this. Better to do bhakti. Those who are embodied soul means those who are body. So they are into too much false identification of this body. For them, deity worship is very easy. Because deity also has a form. It's not easy to overnight theoretically just understand I am not this body and close the chapter. It takes years and years to realize our transcendence. Athato Brahma Jigyasa, that I am Brahm. So for those who are embodied, who are within the body, for them it's easy to do deity worship. Rather than whole day meditate on impersonal Brahm. Just like a small girl, she is very happy if you give a doll to her, Barbie doll. She will feed the doll, she will decorate the doll, she will dress the doll, she will make the doll sleep, and she will say good night, good morning, and whole day she can be busy. Imagine you tell the child no more toys, no more TV, no more comics, no more outdoor games, no more indoor games. Don't use your eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin. Rest whatever you want you do. What will the child do? And then you say meditate on Brahm. What is Brahm? Don't ask. Brahm cannot be explained through words. So what will the child do? But if you give a positive alternative, take this doll and decorate and dress and do shringar and feed and go for a walk, the child will be engaged happily. In the same way, a deity, a vigraha of Lord Shri Krishna, we can easily engage happily. But deity is not only for this purpose, that because I am embodied, so I need something. Deity is more transcendental concept. Deity is not idol. There is a difference between idol and deity. Idol means just a statue. Nobody present inside that statue. There is idol. Like on the road we have Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj idol, Mahatma Gandhi idol, Ambedkar Baba idol, this celebrity idol. It's good they make it. Pigeons and birds get some facility, but no meaning. That's idol. No pranapratishta. The person is not present inside. But deity is not idol. It's not just a statue. The Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna is personally present and manifested in the deity. He reciprocates with his devotees' prayers and offerings. Ye yatha mam prapadyante. As much as we are dependent and surrendered, the deity reciprocates. The deity comes in a form where we can access through our eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin. Krishna cannot be accessed. Even Brahm, like Brahm, Krishna also cannot be accessed through eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin. Because earth, water, fire, air, ether is not part of Absolute Truth. Absolute Truth is Satchidanand. Krishna also cannot be accessed. But he comes so that he becomes accessible, so that he accepts service, and thus we get benefit. We go towards liberation. We offer our feelings, we offer our thoughts, we offer our desires, we dovetail our propensities. We see him, we decorate him nicely, beautifully. We offer him nice prasad. We offer him nice jewelry, ornaments, flowers, outfits, dresses. And that gives pleasure to us because we are making him happy. Satchit Ananda. There is Anand, there is joy. So deity is different from this ordinary statue. Prabhupada gives example of a post box, mail box. You see post box nowadays? Yes, still exists. Post box. You put a letter, it goes to your friend. The friend is not sitting inside the post box. Please don't have that misconception. Or from that post box there is no underground tunnel to your friend's house. You know, that is not there. Or there is no ghost inside. But there is a system by which if you put a letter in your post box, it goes to your friend. If I purchase a box, paint it red and black and put it outside my room, and I put a letter in there, what will happen? It will not go anywhere. There is no system behind that. So deity is a bona fide post box where there is a system behind that. If you offer agarbatti, if you offer flower, if you offer bhoga, if you offer mango, if you offer milk, it goes to Krishna. Statue is a non-bona fide post box. Just you make and put it outside your room. You offer all these items, it doesn't go to Krishna. There is a difference between them. So Radha Rasbihari, Radha Gopinath, Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Giridhari, Jagannath Ji, Radha Shyam Sundar, Radha Govind, Radha, all these are bona fide post boxes. This is more than that. This Krishna himself standing there. And when you offer, he accepts. So those who think deity worship is nonsense, God cannot come in a stone, they say God is everywhere. Many people say God is everywhere, but they say God is not in temple. Right? They say God is everywhere, we accept that, but He is not in temple. Then they should say God is everywhere minus temple. He is everywhere, but He is not in this photo. He is everywhere, but He is not in this deity. Why you worship this statue? And how He is everywhere? What nonsense argument they give. Foolish people. If He is everywhere, why He is not in the temple? If He is everywhere, why He is not in the photo? Krishna says to Uddhava in Bhagavatam that His deity can be made out of 8 materials. Stone, wood, earth, sand, pain, jewels, mind, metal. Okay. Nowadays, knife, bits and bytes also. On screen also. Mobile screen also. BT can come. So all these materials are bona fide way to represent Krishna. A deity can be made as per the descriptions of the scriptures. How is his head? How is his eyebrows? How is his eyes, cheeks, nose, lips, chest, waist, feet, stomach, thighs, arms, shoulders, fingers, hair. All these descriptions are there in the scriptures. And exactly as per this description, a deity is made. Then there are mantras by which we invoke the presence of the deity. When he is present by the mantras, he reciprocates when we make offerings. And we offer our seva. And he reciprocates. And there are n number of examples where deities have reciprocated more than their normal limitations. More than their normal behavior with others. We discussed that in details. So deities are bona fide representations of Krishna. Deity is not different from Krishna. When you go and see the deity, you offer obeisances, we get benefit, we offer prayers, our prayers are fulfilled. So for the person who is in the body and who has bodily concept, for him to accept deity is very easy. And that easy attitude makes it more easy for him to follow the process of bhakti. Under the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master, he offers his obeisances to the deity, he offers worship to the deity, he offers prasad to the deity, he chants the holy name of Krishna, he decorates the deity, he observes festivals, and very easily he accesses the Supreme Personality of Godhead, absolute truth. Very easily he develops affection, he develops love, he develops a relationship. He sees directly, he offers seva. And he hopes that in the future he can do that eternally in the spiritual world. So it is easy. That's called Archa Vigraha. Deity is called Archa Vigraha. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Krishna in Kali Yuga has come in two forms, wood and water. Wood is Jagannath Ji and water is Mother Ganges. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told these are very powerful. And he daily used to take darshan of Lord Jagannath. He is Krishna himself. He came to teach us how to do bhakti, how to do devotional service. And one of the activities he did is to take part in temple activities, taking darshan of Lord Jagannath, pulling the rath, taking prasadam, taking garlands. And when for 15 days after Snan Yatra they would close the temple of Lord Jagannath, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would become restless and he would walk all the way to Alarnath to take darshan. He would feel separation. He would not say, oh, deity was just a tool for me to meditate on Krishna. 15 days, no problem, I will just chant and manage. No, he put his dependence, his spiritual growth as a devotee, dependence on the deity. So even though we are in the body, we have a bodily concept, we cannot overnight throw this bodily concept, but we can dovetail this bodily concept by worshipping the form of the Lord. We are worshipping the deity not because we have to dovetail. There is a higher principle. But even on this lower platform, we dovetail and we directly serve the Lord. But those who don't worship the deity, those who don't chant the holy names of Krishna, they are only interested in the language of Upanishads to understand Tattvam Asi, I am that. For them, advancement is very troublesome. It is uncertain. They don't know the way they are progressing. They are not sure. And many of them will become atheists in the future because they don't get anything tangible. They are called Jnanis, Jnana Yogis. But those who worship the deity and chant the holy name under the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master, they are Bhaktas, Bhakti Yogis. Now a Jnani, if he comes in contact with a sadhu, he can also become Bhakti Yogi. But because he has practiced impersonalism since so long, even after coming in contact with a pure devotee, he will still find some trouble to accept and worship the deity. So there is A, suffering in the process, B, uncertainty of success, C, risk of becoming atheist, D, even after practicing impersonalism and coming in contact with a pure devotee, difficulty in continuing the process of devotional service because of past impersonalism. So these are difficulties. This is troublesome. So Krishna does not encourage impersonalism. Does not encourage. The soul by nature is Sat, Chit, Anand. And by realizing the impersonal feature of the Lord, at most the soul will realize Sat and Chit. The Anand aspect is not realized. The joy of reciprocation is not received. And the soul cannot continue for long without any joyful reciprocation. Just alone, how will you continue without any relationship and reciprocation? No relationship with others, no reciprocation from the absolute truth, no joyful exchange, no loving exchange. How will you continue for long? Imagine you have a birthday party, nice cake, candles, balloons, music, samosa, sweets, chips, everything, nice decoration, and you are alone in the room. Will you enjoy your birthday party? No. What will you do alone? All objects are there, all paraphernalia are there, and you are alone. Even if a dog is there, at least some enjoyment. Or a teddy bear is there, some enjoyment. Nothing. And then the impersonalist comes and says, look, you have a birthday party, no problem. But you don't have a cake, candle, balloon, samosa, chips, sweet, music. Without all that, you have a birthday party. Just conceptually. In your mind. But before that, transcend your mind. Be desireless. You should not have any desire. Only desire is, you should not have any desire. Can you be desireless? Desiring to be desireless itself is a desire. So how it will work? So this process is not for us. So Prabhupada discourages this process in every purport. Every time he says, but impersonalism is too much deep inside us. Even though we practice devotional service, even though we meet devotees, but still we have impersonal exchanges. We still see others as things. We are not sensitive to others' heart. That's impersonalism. Not understanding others' feelings, others' emotions, others' thought process. And dealing with others as if you are dealing with matter, object, that's impersonalism. If you are in mode of goodness, you will be sensitive to others' feelings. But if you are not in mode of goodness, but mode of ignorance, you will not be sensitive to others' feelings. And as devotees, we should practice mode of goodness and higher. We should be sensitive to others' feelings. We should understand others' happiness and others' distress by our own personal experience in this material world. And we should respond. We are not stones. And other devotees are also not stones. So we should not behave with others as if we are behaving with gadgets or stones. We should respond in a very sensible manner, in a very sensitive way. Even if devotees around us are conditioned, we should not think everybody should be a pure devotee. They are not, but they should be a pure devotee. So we relate with them as pure devotee, what they should be. No, they are conditioned souls, so we should relate accordingly with their emotions and feelings. That is mode of goodness. That is a Vaishnava who deals with others friendly, with mercy, with equality, understanding others' needs, others' concerns, others' emotions, others' feelings, and doesn't hurt anybody, doesn't manipulate or abuses anybody, doesn't exploit or disturbs others, and stays in the community of devotees, in the society of devotees. So worshipping Krishna in his deity form, serving under the instructions of a bona fide spiritual master, chanting and hearing the holy name, doing kirtan, reading shastras, hearing classes, having prasadam, that's devotee. Neglecting everything, no sense objects, only Brahma, that's jnani. And using everything for sense enjoyment, that's karmi. If there is a 500 rupee note on the road, the karmi comes, he will take it, put it in his pocket. The jnani comes, he will struggle to neglect it. The devotee comes, he will pick up and give it to his owner. So one who uses the 500 for himself is a karmi. One who picks up the 500 knowing the value of 500 and gives to the owner, he is devotee. One who struggles very hard in his intelligence to equate 500 to 0, he is a jnani. Unless he sees it 0, he can't neglect it. So he'll have to do lots of intellectual adjustment. Equate 500 to 0. What recently our Prime Minister did, equating many things to 0, he have to do a lot of struggle. He have to do internal demonetization of present currency to equate valuable things to 0. So that's jnani. Equating the whole world to 0 doesn't exist. No use, illusion, no relationship. But a devotee, he values this material world as a gift of Krishna. And he offers every object in the service of Krishna. And by that offering, he expresses his love to Krishna. And then Krishna reciprocates with that love by giving that offering as prasad. And by taking that prasad, that mercy, he gets purified. And his relationship with Krishna grows, his affection grows, and eventually he develops Krishna prem, love of Godhead. So that which can be offered to Krishna, why to reject? What kind of vairagya is this? By this vairagya, the heart becomes hard. By this jnana, the heart becomes hard. And a hard heart will take a lot of time again to become soft to love Krishna. Before having vairagya, the heart is soft for other people. So that same soft that can be dovetailed to Krishna. But if you make a soft heart hard by vairagya, and then again you plan to make it soft for Krishna, oh my, that is big trouble. It is like climbing the mountain and coming down. Right? If you go like this, why climb and come down? So we should keep our heart soft. Knowledge, jnana, renunciation, vairagya, jnana and vairagya, which are most essential principles of spiritual life, also make the heart soft, hard. And in bhakti, we want our heart soft to serve Krishna, to love Krishna. So So in the association of devotees, we should practice the process of bhakti. And we have so many examples of Krishna reciprocating with devotees. Deities example. Can some of you please tell? Some by one. Raise your hands. Sakshi Gopal. What did he do? Okay, we'll give you mic. In brief.
साक्षी की स्टोरी में जैसा कि बताया था कुछ दिन पहले भी कि एक ओल्ड ब्राह्मण थे और एक यंग ब्राह्मण थे। वो दोनों लोग यात्रा पे गए थे और यंग ब्राह्मण जो थे उन्होंने ओल्ड ब्राह्मण एक्चुअली उनको रिलेटिव नहीं थे लेकिन वो उनकी बहुत अधिक सेवा करती थी। वृंदावन में उन्होंने वो बहुत खुश हुए थे ओल्ड ब्राह्मण के सेवा से। तो उन्होंने बोला था कि मैं गांव वापस घर जाऊंगा तो अपनी बेटी से आपका विवाह कर दूंगा। तो उन्होंने बोला कि मैं बहुत गरीब हूँ, आप पता नहीं क्या करेंगे, भूल जाएंगे, कुछ होगा। तो बोले नहीं, मैं ये गोपाल जी हैं, इनके सामने आपको बोलता हूँ कि ये आप साक्षी रहेंगे। उनके सामने ये बात हो गई। फिर जब वो घर गए वापस दोनों लोग, तो वहाँ पे जब घर गए तो ओल्ड ब्राह्मण ने अपने घर पे उनको बताया कि ऐसा बोला है मैंने। तो वो सब अपोज करने लगे कि नहीं, हम लोग बहुत ऐसे नहीं कर सकते। वो उनके आगे तो चुप हो गए, लेकिन फिर जो यंग ब्राह्मण थे बाद में